Many seasons ago, it was far easier for one-eyed lioness and her family to secure a meal. When the buffalo herds arrived, they were ready to clash, loyal to their ferocity. Born into a large family with many siblings, the one-eyed lioness followed her mother's guidance. Her mother would choose a buffalo just the right size to bring down. Lions have eyesight 6 times sharper than human, and they are born to see in the dark. Nothing escapes their vision, no matter how well hidden one might be in the shadows. The buffalo's sharp, robust horns are designed to shatter the bravery of any predator, especially lions. Yet even with such formidable strength, this buffalo stood no chance, not against the mightiest pride in the region. Back to the present. The one-eyed lioness and her family have nothing to eat. Their stomachs are incapable of digesting plants. They must have meat 100% of the time. From July to October, baboons indulge in their favorite treat: the sweet, immunity-boosting flowers of the acacia tree. They nibble on the delicate sprouts and inadvertently drop fruit to the ground for impalas to eat. The impalas particularly enjoy this gift. But are the baboons helping or harming the impalas in the long run? Do you remember Nia? She has another bold idea to escape hunger. She sets her sights on the distracted impala, ready to execute her plan. Will she succeed? The baboons, unknowingly, help the impalas not only stave off hunger, but also avoid becoming prey, at least for now. When Cecile's family awoke, they had already moved on, leaving him behind. This lapse by his mother could have devastating consequences. In the wild, a lion cub just a few weeks old, lost and alone, has only a 1% chance of surviving 24 hours. Confused and terrified, what should Cecil do? Whatever it is, he must stay quiet and avoid the hyenas catching his scent. With desperate cries, Cecil wanders, searching for his mother. Hippos are fearsome creatures, but at night, apex predators emerge to hunt. A leopard, prowling for food to feed her cubs, is analyzing the situation, assessing her prey. If she spots the cub, what would happen next? Luckily, hippos are only aggressive toward what they perceive as threats. Inadvertently, this one becomes an unlikely savior. As a lioness appears, Cecil mistakes her for his mother. These lions are on a hunt, but fortunately they leave him alone. Cecil is allowed to join their pride, but the older lions see him as an outsider. They bully and mock Cecil for their own amusement. Hungry, helpless, and tormented, Cecil rises to his feet, determined to find his mother. She isn't far, also desperately searching for her lost cub. Thankfully, Cecil's cries are heard, and his mother rushes to his side. So a mother's instinct is to protect her. Young always with his resilience and courage, Cecil has proven he deserves to survive. September in Tanzania marks the driest time of the year, as the short, rainy season has yet to begin. Today, clouds have gathered, but they only bring a gentle breeze to ease the scorching heat of the savannah. Dust storms whip across the landscape, leaving trails of debris. During the rainy season, this place teems with vegetation, but now it's reduced to barren dust under the relentless sun. Surrounded by dust and heat, giraffes struggle to breathe, prompting them to seek a quieter, cooler refuge. They retreat to the cool hills they call home. The drought has turned this region into a graveyard of dry grass. The plains are empty, devoid of sustenance. The one-eyed lioness and her family are forced to abandon their territory in search of a land with more opportunities. Hungry and exhausted, they must press on without rest. Their survival instincts guide them on what to do and where to go. They follow the giraffe herds, where life bustles with other animals, a haven with fewer predators that roam carelessly without much caution. 435 miles south of the Ruaha River, at the northern edge of Serengeti National Park, lives a lion pride consisting of 3 lionesses and their cubs. These cubs are only a few months old. Their mothers and aunts ensure their safety and food supply. For now, the cubs' only concerns are play and fun, especially chasing their mother's tail. The rains pour from March to May, bringing growth to plants, animals, and predators alike, sparking fierce competition throughout the food chain. The aunt of these cubs takes on a mission today to ensure the survival of the pride. Hunting. Warthogs provide excellent nutritional value with high protein levels and are easier prey compared to larger animals like buffalo. There's no need to rush. She knows her strength. A lioness can run up to 16 miles per hour, faster than a warthog, which isn't much of a contender in the speed department. However, a lone hyena has been watching her every move. What will it do? The lioness knows that if a pack of hyenas arrives, all her efforts will be for nothing. To prevent the hyena from calling reinforcements, she begrudgingly shares her meal with the enemy. The Civatherium is considered an ancestor of the modern giraffe. Standing at 9.8 feet tall and weighing 1,100 pounds, it has left behind a unique legacy after 25 million years of evolution: the long neck. What was its purpose? First, to help them reach the acacia leaves towering 13 feet above the ground. Second, to make it easier to spot predators from a distance. However, for young giraffes standing only 3 to 6 feet tall, these advantages are difficult to attain. Instead, they become prime targets for predators, especially lions. One young giraffe, lagging behind its herd, finds itself alone, but far from unnoticed. It's become the center of attention for many eyes. Having ventured beyond their territory in search of opportunity, the one-eyed lioness and her family have found their favorite prey. Alarm calls from impalas echo through the savannah, spreading panic to the adult giraffes, who flee for their lives. Don't worry, little brother. The lion's success rate in hunting is only 17 to 30%. When hungry, their odds drop even lower. But then there's the cheetah, the savannah's unparalleled speedster. With a hunting success rate of up to 70%, it runs faster than zebras and is often called the king of speed. This young cheetah has just reached maturity and is determined to prove its hunting prowess. For its graduation ceremony, it has chosen an ambitious target, one much larger than itself. The zebra, capable of delivering a kick with a force of up to 2,000 pounds, can easily shatter a cheetah's skull. Pursuing this prey requires not only speed, but constant vigilance to avoid a fatal blow. Sometimes you must measure your strengths carefully. Success isn't guaranteed. Meanwhile, on the savannah, love is in the air. After days of perseverance, a young male has finally won the affection of his mate. Their budding romance is a rare and beautiful sight in these harsh lands. But love doesn't escape the lion's gaze. The pride is plotting something. They wait for the pair to split up in search of food, intending to surround one when the opportunity arises. The pride moves subtly to lull their prey into a false sense of security. The cubs of the one-eyed lioness remain patient, awaiting their mother's signal. Their target, a giraffe, is no easy prey, with a neck reaching 15 feet high and a kick delivering 9,000 pounds of force, enough to kill an adult lion. The risk is immense. So the pride succeed. At the signal from the one-eyed lioness, the hunt begins. At this moment, both predator and prey have only one choice: run or die. The hunt ends in success, but at a heavy price. 1 for 1. Naya, the lioness who had tirelessly contributed to the pride's hunts, succumbs to a fatal kick from the giraffe. Her sacrifice secures sustenance for her family, saving them from starvation. For the lions to successfully hunt a giraffe, the weight and strength of 2 male lions are crucial. They manage to bring the giraffe down by leveraging their combined mass, but only after it tramples the unfortunate Nia. Yet the pain of loss isn't one-sided. The giraffe's companion, the one it had spent weeks courting, is now gone. Meanwhile, the savannah hosts a predator of a different kind. Small but enigmatic, measuring no more than 0.49 feet, with eyes as large as its brain, the tarsier is the world's smallest primate. Its enormous eyes reflect light brilliantly, enabling it to hunt in the dark. Its diet consists mainly of insects, especially grasshoppers. The tarsier's head can rotate 180 degrees, allowing it to observe both prey and potential predators effortlessly. Its thin, hypersensitive ears move independently, detecting even the faintest sounds emitted by insects. The temperature is 50 degrees Fahrenheit. The lion family has finally had their fill after 12 days of hunger. The one-eyed lioness had been driven to leave her territory in search of giraffes, at least to feed her 2 cubs, only a few months old. Though she successfully secured food for the pride, it came at a great cost. She lost one of her cubs in the process. The scent of blood now fills the savannah, attracting the attention of other creatures. Many of them have never seen lions feast on a giraffe before. Curiosity mixed with the aroma draws a herd of buffalo to the lion's meal. Buffaloes have a strong sense of community, always protecting their young and elderly. They are not looking for a fight. Once they confirm that the carcass is not one of their own, their interest in the lion family dissipates entirely. The wild isn't always about life and death struggles. Sometimes the battles it presents are far more amusing than you'd expect. Like the battle for a sunbathing spot. After spending hours submerged in water, hippos need at least an hour to bask in the sun. But the crocodiles have already claimed all the best spots. These dwarf dinosaurs are fearsome, and no one dares challenge them. Except for Jackson's mother. Inspired by her bravery, Jackson decided to give it a try with a unique strategy.
Too much confidence?
Hey, crocodile, should I introduce myself first? Working together, Jackson and his family reclaimed their sunbathing area. now they can relaxing. A few days later, the lion family returned to their territory. But why did they come back? Their land is not just a home, it's the lifeline of the savannah. The Ruha River, which runs through their territory, provides water to countless animals daily. If the lions stayed away for too long, another pride could claim this vital area. There was another, even more special reason for their return. One-eyed Lioness's daughter Nala was about to give birth. After a 4-month pregnancy, Nala delivered 3 tiny male cubs. This marked one of the most challenging periods in any lioness's life. She had to leave the pride to raise and protect her cubs alone, hunting and caring for them until they were strong enough to join the family. Why do lionesses care for their cubs alone? By isolating herself, the mother reduces competition and the risk of harm to her cubs, a survival strategy passed down over millions of years. 4 weeks after giving birth, Nala returned to her family with her cubs. Her arrival was celebrated with ritualistic roars, a symbol of unity and strength for the one-eyed lioness pride. After ensuring the environment was safe, Nala introduced her 3 cubs to the pride, where they would be cared for by the entire family. What can we learn from this story? It's that we should never give up hope. Failures are a necessary part of achieving success in any endeavor. What we need to do is rise after every failure and find a solution. So be persistent. And most importantly, stay united and trust one another. Together, we can build a better future. Leave a 9 in the comments to show your admiration for the one-eyed lioness.
The legendary giant squid. For centuries, sailors told tales of encounters with giant squids, and many believe them to be mythical sea monsters. But in 2004, scientists captured the first photo of a giant squid, proving that these creatures are real. Some have been measured at up to 43 feet long, showing that the legends weren't too far off. The world's tiniest wasp. There's a wasp so tiny that it's smaller than some single-celled organisms like amoebas. Known as the fairy fly, this parasitic wasp is just 0.008 of an inch long. Despite its tiny size, it still has wings, a brain, and all the other features of a typical insect. Dogs and panting. How they really cool down. Most people think dogs pant to sweat, but that's not entirely accurate. Dogs have sweat glands in their paw pads and some other areas. But panting helps them cool down by evaporating moisture from the nasal passages, tongues, and lungs. Chameleons don't change color or camouflage. While chameleons are famous for changing color, they don't do it to blend in with their surroundings. Instead, the color change helps regulate their body temperature and communicate with other chameleons. It's their way of saying hello or cooling off. Sharks and the breathing myth. There's a popular myth that sharks can only breathe while swimming because the motion pushes water over their gills. While this is true for some species like great whites, not all sharks are built this way. For example, bottom-dwelling nurse sharks can pump oxygen-rich water over their gills without needing to swim. However, all sharks lack swim bladders, which means if they stop swimming, they'll likely sink to the ocean floor. Luckily, a shark's body doesn't compress under pressure, so they can handle rapid changes in depth without a problem. Why are flamingos? Flamingos are born with white feathers, but their diet turns them pink. They eat shrimp and algae packed with beta-carotene, a pigment that gives them their signature color. Interestingly, humans can experience a similar effect. If you eat enough carrots, which are high in beta-carotene, your skin can take on a slight orange hue. How ants breathe. Ants may be tiny, but they have a unique breathing system. Along their sides, they have spiracles, small openings that lead to a network of tubes. These tubes carry oxygen directly to their cells, unlike humans who rely on blood to transport oxygen. Ants' simple systems allow them to breathe without lungs. But this only works in very small animals. Sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins. Believe it or not, sloths can hold their breath for up to 40 minutes by slowing their heart rate. Compare that to dolphins, which can only stay submerged for about 10 minutes at a time. While dolphins and whales are mammals like us and breathe through lungs, they hold their breath underwater, just like we would. Elephants aren't scared of mice, just surprised. The old myth that elephants are terrified of mice isn't quite true. Elephants have poor eyesight and move slowly, so they can be startled by anything quick, like a mouse or even a bird. It's more about the element of surprise than actual fear of the tiny creatures. Are cats really ignoring you? Researchers in Japan played recordings of cats' owners calling their names to see if the animals truly ignore their humans. The cats responded sort of. Their pupils dilated and they twitched their tails or ears, but rarely did they actually approach the caller. Why? It goes back to evolution. Cats weren't bred to live with humans like dogs. Instead, they came around for the mice that humans attracted. So while cats have lived alongside us for thousands of years, they've never been fully domesticated. Yet we keep feeding them anyway. Why? Animals have distinct colors. Different species of animals often have distinct colors and patterns for a variety of reasons. Some use their bright colors to attract mates, while others rely on warning colors to tell predators they're poisonous. Ambush predators like tigers, however, need to blend in with their surroundings to catch prey. Surprisingly, tigers are orange because their prey, like deer, are colorblind to orange and see them as green. While this might seem strange, evolution favored orange because it's easier to produce. Why? Mosquitoes prefer some people over others. If mosquitoes seem to love you, it might be because of your blood type. Research shows that people with type O blood are more likely to get bitten. Mosquitoes are also attracted to certain colors like black, red, and green. So if you're going camping, you might want to rethink your wardrobe. Shark trance, the power of tonic immobility. Believe it or not, you can put a shark into a trance by gently stroking its nose. This phenomenon, called tonic immobility, happens because the sensory receptors in the shark's nose get overwhelmed and the brain essentially shuts down. What they don't tell you is how to get close enough to the shark to give it a nose rub. Now, that is important information. Birds, the less dinosaurs. Modern birds are actually the only living dinosaurs. They evolved from theropods. Dinosaurs that ran on two legs, like the T-Rex. This makes species like chickens, ostriches, and even hummingbirds distant relatives of the mighty T-Rex. So next time you see a bird, remember, you're looking at the last remaining dinosaurs. Beware of wasps. They're not as friendly as bees. Bees are generally peaceful creatures that won't bother you unless provoked. Wasps, on the other hand, are far more aggressive. They might sting you just for walking by the nest. So while bees deserve our respect, wasps might earn a bit of your caution.